There really is no job like it in the world. Everything's handmade, and at the end of the day, having made it, it sits on the bench there, glistening and shining, and really, you don't want to go and put it in somebody's mouth. It almost spoils the beauty of the thing.
I'm Anthony Coe. I'm 25. I'm a dental technician. My wife's a dental surgery assistant. We travel in together, and I drop my wife off at work and carry on down to the laboratory. Got any one-day jobs today?
Yeah, I think Clive Zane's booked a reline in, coming in at 10. And I think, yes, Willie's been on the phone, Willie Wiseman. Was you phoning back about a job?
I'm Magnus Underhay. I'm aged 20. I'm a trainee dental technician. I left school with only 2 poor A-levels, and I thought I would look around for a job first of all, and I wouldn't rush into anything. I thought, then one day I happened to bump into one of my friends by chance. He was working at a dental lab, and he asked me along to have a look at it and see what was going on. And I became very interested.
This one is a gold crown. When you're eating or drinking, you're eating and drinking a wide range of materials and acids and alkalines. They find that gold doesn't corrode anywhere nearly as badly. There's some other metals you could use.
We're constructing a new full upper denture for this patient, and here we're setting up the teeth on a wax base which is going to be tried in by the surgeon in the mouth.
Your job is to get as near to a natural look as you can with whatever you're given, and try and fool people. If you can produce something that will make them think, well, that person has got their full complement of teeth, and if it makes that person feel confident and it makes them project themselves, then that's great. I don't know what's happening about that. I'm just waiting for the client to close the ring. There's a lot in the speed of how to do it. And when you first start, you're very slow. You don't realise it. You think you're doing it very quickly. But after a year or two, you suddenly think, well, I was taking an hour to do something, and you're now taking a quarter of an hour or something like that. This is a chrome denture halfway through. We have to make up a wax pattern first. This is then made into a mould, and the wax is burnt out at a very high temperature, and the wax is replaced with molten chrome, which creates this. It looked very skillful, and it looked very hard. But after a while, you realise that it's possible to do it. We're very lucky in that employers and employees work together very well. There's a lot of communication between everybody. It's quite relaxed. I was going to say that's the change, isn't it? Recently, with appearance. Stick on dentistry. You get a lot of trouble with all the patients coming in. There's an awful lot going on in dentistry at the moment. So there's an awful lot to talk about there.
Something that's held in an implant.
It started in 1948 when the National Health Service started. Dental decay was very bad. It was not uncommon in the north of England, for instance, for a father to make a present to his daughter for her 21st birthday of taking her to a dentist, having all her teeth extracted, and providing her with full upper and lower dentures. so that she'd never need face toothache again for the rest of her life. But thank God all that's disappeared behind us now. You all right, Peter? You all right, Ian? Yeah. We've currently got about 24 apprentices under training at the moment. But initially we put them onto the very simple tasks that they, after a short time, will regard as a chore. But the fact is they have to learn how to use their fingers rather than their hands, get nimble at doing it, and so they'll probably make hundreds and hundreds of what we call bite blocks, which is like a wax denture, or custom-made impression trays that we send to the dentist for him to take the impression of a particular patient. And so they'll cut their teeth, so to speak, on the simple tasks like that. There is an area of production line about this place, but then that has advantages. For instance, the people that cast the impression that comes in from the dentist in the first place do nothing but cast those impressions. Now, that might seem a boring job, but in fact it's a very highly skilled job, and they do it better than I do because of the numbers that they do. If it's a bridge, for instance, it then goes to a gold worker who produces the gold substructure. And having made that gold work, it then goes to a ceramist. And so, at the end of the day, the case when it goes out is of very high quality because it's had an expert doing each of the little individual stages.
What's it like working in a large lab like this?
Far better. I think you're safer in a large lab. You're more insured of keeping your job if anything like the sales going down or anything like that, rather than a small one.
But do you see the job through?
Not always. Sometimes you're lucky if you get it back, but it usually goes to another person because it's like a factory process. Yeah.
I haven't worked in a large laboratory, so I can't really say. But I don't think that I would like to work on a production line, just doing one part of the business. I can't see that you can get the satisfaction. By doing the thing the whole way through, it's your responsibility.
Steve, could you have a look at this, please?
You can get away with just being good with your hands, but you won't make it all the way through. You've got to be able to understand why you're doing certain processes, why a chemical reacts in a certain way.
Broaden that contact there.
Right.
I started as opening the door to patients. Today, you need a lot more education than you did then. The most important thing is that every job's different. There is no monotony, apart from the, like every job has a mundane side to it. There is a bit of that, but there's a great satisfaction that you can sit back and look at what you've achieved and what you've manufactured and done mostly by hand.
If you go out for a drink and you get talking to other people and the normal reaction is, oh yes, and they sort of mimic somebody without any teeth. Well, the other thing is you get somebody who drops their lower set out and says, now, what do you think of these? And you have to say very tactfully, oh, that's very nice, you know, I'm sure I couldn't have done any better, and pop it back in again. So you get a lot of different reactions from it. A lot of people, especially if they come and visit you at work and they see what you're dealing with, the variety of work that you do, they say, well, right, you really are, you have got a skill there.